Yo, what's up guys, Nathan or Feeds here. Welcome back to another video. First of all, thank you guys so much for 800 subscribers. Definitely gonna hit 1,000 by the end of the year, which is my goal, so thank you guys for the support. Today, we're talking about rerunning, as per usual, specifically the 7 Hells Gym Rerun. Back in February, I made a video about the 7 Hells Gym Rerun, but at that time, I had only done a couple runs of it on one account before, so a lot of the time, I was just talking about, the run more objectively, and sort of what you can expect if you decide to run it. Today's video is going to be a bit more of my own personal thoughts on the strategy and route, as I've been doing dual device runs for about a month now, every single day. The route's also been optimized a bit better, so I thought I'd make an update video on it. In my original 7 Hells video, I talked about just how bad the RNG felt when you got a bad team or maybe Rockslide just missed. And don't get me wrong, it still sucks, but I feel a bit better about it these days. Obviously, a huge pro about multi-device reruns are that if something goes wrong, it matters less, because you're doing multiple runs at the same time. The run you're watching in the background is indeed my first ever dual device gym rerun. And the way you're watching both runs, with one bigger window on the top and one smaller on the bottom, is pretty much exactly how I was playing. I have another PC right beside me, so I was using it and a screen mirror software to control both devices with one keyboard and mouse on one PC. I do think having a controller connected to each device would probably be good, because there will be times, no matter how well you manage, where you'll be moving on both devices at the same time. Obviously, right now, I'm just logging out, but it might be good if you can just move on both devices at the same time. I haven't got to trying it out yet, but I do think it would be good. I did start this run with an Elite 4 into red, but I won't count it towards any sort of profit calculations. And the first few gyms were actually extremely smooth, up until Orberg in Sinnoh, which is about the 8th gym of this route. Now, I'm personally an Orberg hater, especially with this specific team. The reason being is because we have a Tyranitar with an air balloon, which means we can't hit it with Earthquake unless the Rock Slide from Aerodactyl hits. If Excadrill is also on the field along with Tyranitar, we can't knock the air balloon off because we need to get rid of Sand because of Sand Rush. So when you are not running some sort of Blastoise plus Weezing solve, Orberg feels so bad, man. I've been replacing Orberg with Sunnyshore on my main account because it has a bunch of extra choice items. It has some X items for other runs, so I'm able to swap that solve for at least one account. The next little hiccup was over in Saffron City on the Snorlax lead. Now, whenever you see a Snorlax lead, you know that Slowbro and Exeggutor are coming out next, and Arrow plus Excadrill does not do too great into Exeggutor. In fact, Slowbro didn't even die, which I believe is quite a small chance. And overall, that resulted in a 5-turn and also a heal afterwards. I'm not sure if a heal is 100% necessary. As long as you have a healthy Typhlosion, I think you should be able to do Fuchsia, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Another thing I like to do is over in Striaton. I like to put specs on Togekiss for a faster grass gym solve. If you see Serperior or Whimsicott, you can just Helping Hand with Typhlosion. Helping Hand is a faster animation than Eruption, and even if you don't get Serperior or Whimsicott, because Togekiss is not scarfed, Typhlosion will attack first, and sometimes he'll be able to kill both Pokemon on the field himself, which will allow you to skip Togekiss's animation. Just a little bit of a time save there. A similar thing can be said for both Olivine and Cianwood as well. If you put specs on Togekiss, there is the possibility for a bit of a time save there. There's probably a lot more instances of this, so if you've found one yourself, be sure to let us know. Overall, I've been hitting the full 27 gyms on both accounts on average, though there is a ton of possible variance with the time you have left over. Usually, I'll only have a few minutes left, so I'll do both Socialite trainers on Route 13 in Unova. Instead, you could obviously do an extra gym or two. The 7 Hells route has gyms where it says you should skip them, but by the end of the route, if you still have time, maybe you want to do 1 or 2 of them. Of course, you could also do Morimoto, Cynthia as well. It just depends on whatever you can do with what you have, I guess. 27 gyms on an amulet coin is currently 363k. I've been averaging this at a minimum and going all the way upwards to about like 410k or so. And this is obviously per account. In the end, the 7 Hells Gym Rerun feels a lot better when doing it on multiple devices versus just one, which is a given, but I feel like it's really hard to understand until you do it yourself. After my first 7 Hells run back in the day, I never wanted to do it again. But since then, the route's gotten a bit more optimized, doesn't feel as bad, and is definitely worth it when you're raking in all that yen. Thanks to Jinxed Boon and Rainer, there's been a lot of talk recently about leveling gym reruns, and I plan on making a video comparing these leveling runs to 7 Hells to see if running them on multiple accounts at the same time is viable or more viable than just 7 Hells, especially if you're leveling Pokemon for profit. So be ready for that video and a lot of other content coming soon. That's been the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more content like this. Peace, guys.